There's a place most prospectors walk right past, a place where water has been working as nature's treasure sorter for thousands of years, where emeralds hide in plain sight among river pebbles, where gold settles in predictable patterns that almost no one recognizes, where rubies, worn smooth by endless currents, wait in gravel beds that look ordinary to the untrained eye. The rivers hold secrets, not the raging torrents that make headlines, not the famous mining districts marked on every map, but the quiet, overlooked waterways that wind through forgotten valleys, carrying whispers of gemstones and precious metals from the mountains above. And for generations, a handful of experienced prospectors have guarded 10 critical rules. Rules that turn an afternoon by the river into a genuine treasure hunt. Rules they never share in books, never post online, never reveal to the curious crowds, until now. Imagine kneeling beside a riverbank, running your fingers through gravel that feels no different from any other stream bed. But you know something others don't. You understand how water thinks, how it moves, where it drops its heaviest cargo. You recognize the geological signatures that scream, "Dig here," while everyone else wanders aimlessly upstream. Within minutes, a glint catches your eye. Green fire trapped in stone, the unmistakable weight of gold in your palm, the deep crimson of a ruby that survived a journey from deep within the earth. This isn't luck. This is knowledge. The kind of knowledge that separates those who spend weekends. These 10 secret rules work because they're based on physics, geology, and centuries of observation. They work in mountain streams and lowland rivers. They work after storms and during dry seasons. They work for emeralds in metamorphic zones, gold in erosion channels, and rubies in ancient riverbeds. And today, I'm breaking the silence. But before we dive into these closely guarded secrets, do me one favor if you're serious about finding real treasure. If you want to be among the few who actually know what they're looking for, hit that subscribe button right now. Because this channel exists for one reason, to turn Earth's hidden wealth into your knowledge. Ring that notification bell, give this video a like, and let's unlock what they've been keeping from you. Are you ready? Let's begin. Here's what they don't tell you. When a river curves, it creates two completely different worlds. The outside bend rushes fast, carving the bank away, carrying everything downstream. But the inside bend, that's where the river exhales. The current slows and everything heavy drops. Gold settles here. Emeralds, denser than ordinary rock, accumulate in these quiet pockets. Rubies, having traveled miles from their source, finally rest in the gravel of inside bends. Walk any river, and you'll see people digging randomly. But the experts, they head straight for the inside curves. That's secret number 1. Secret rule number 2. Hunt the bedrock cracks. Water is relentless. It strips away sand, washes out gravel, but when it hits solid bedrock, something magical happens. Every crack, every crevice, every natural trap in that bedrock becomes a collector. Gold, being among the heaviest natural materials, sinks into these cracks and stays there. Emeralds lodge in rocky fissures. Rubies wedge between stone layers. Most prospectors dig through feet of gravel above the bedrock, exhausting themselves. The secret? Get down to bedrock fast, then search every crack like you're reading a treasure map, because that's exactly what it is. Secret rule number 3. Follow the black sand. Black sand is your friend. It's composed of magnetite, hematite, and other heavy iron minerals that travel with gold, emeralds, and rubies. Why? Because they share the same weight class. Where you see concentrated black sand in a riverbed, you're looking at nature's sorting system at work. Dig where black sand gathers, in depressions, behind large rocks, at the tail end of gravel bars, and you're digging where the heaviest materials settle. Secret rule number 4. Target the flood line. After heavy rains or spring snowmelt, rivers transform into powerful sorting machines. They rip material from upstream, carry it violently, then drop it precisely when the water recedes. Look for the debris line, where branches, leaves, and gravel mark the highest point of flooding. Just below this line, in the first layer of deposited material, Treasures hide, gold nuggets, emerald crystals freed from their matrix, ruby fragments, all settle in this critical zone. Secret rule. Number 5. Investigate color changes. Rivers don't just carry gemstones, they carry clues. When you see a sudden change in gravel color, from gray to red, from tan to black, from uniform to mixed, stop. These transitions indicate different geological sources upstream. Red gravels often signal iron-rich areas where gold forms. Green-tinted stones might hint at metamorphic rocks where emeralds originate. It's like reading the river's resume of everywhere it's been and everything it's collected. Secret rule number 6. Check behind natural dams. Large boulders, fallen logs, rock ledges. These aren't obstacles, they're opportunity. Anything that interrupts the river's flow creates a settling zone downstream. The current hits the barrier, slows dramatically, and drops its cargo. Behind every natural dam, a pocket of concentrated heavy materials waits. Gold accumulates in the calm water behind boulders. Emeralds settle in the gravel downstream from rock shelves. Rubies cluster where logs create eddies. Just observation. Secret rule number 7. Sample the clay layer. Most prospectors hate clay. It's sticky, hard to work, seemingly barren. But here's the secret. Clay forms from decomposed rock, and sometimes that rock was rich in gemstones and gold. When you hit a clay layer, especially blue or red clay, test it carefully. Small emeralds can be embedded in clay near their source rocks. Fine gold particles stick to clay like glue. Even tiny ruby fragments hide in clay deposits. Secret rule number 8. Time your search after storms. This is timing, not location. After significant rainfall, rivers do two things. They expose fresh material from upstream, and they rearrange their beds completely. Fresh gold appears on bedrock. New emeralds tumble into accessible gravels. Rubies that were buried for years suddenly rest on the surface. Secret rule number 9. Look where tributaries meet. When a smaller stream joins a larger river, you're standing at a geological intersection. Each waterway brings its own cargo from different rock formations. Where they merge, heavy materials from both sources accumulate. Gold from one valley meets emeralds from another. Rubies traveling down the main river drop alongside precious metals from the tributary. Secret rule number 10. Trust the moss line. Here's the final secret, the one that seems too simple to matter. Where moss grows on riverbank rocks, the water reaches during normal flow. Just above this moss line in the dry gravel that floods occasionally touch, it's wet enough to have been sorted by water but dry enough to search comfortably. Gemstones and gold that settled during high water now sit exposed, waiting. Most people dig underwater or far from the river. These 10 rules aren't just about finding treasure, they're about seeing what others miss. They're about understanding that rivers are living archives of geological history, constantly rewriting themselves, constantly revealing new opportunities. Think about this. While others wander riverbanks hoping for luck, you now possess a system. You know to check inside bends first. You understand why black sand matters. You recognize that the debris line after flooding isn't trash, it's a treasure marker. You see boulders not as obstacles but as natural concentrators. These rules work everywhere. Mountain streams in Colorado where emeralds hide in metamorphic gravels. Rivers in Montana and Alaska where gold has concentrated for millennia. Tropical waterways where rubies and sapphires tumble from their ancient sources. Will you map the tributary junctions and inside bends before your next prospecting trip? Because these rules only work for those who use them. And remember, so here's my challenge to you. Take these 10 secret rules, apply them to your nearest river, document what you find, and when you discover your first emerald glinting in gravel, your first gold flake caught in a bedrock crack, your first ruby hidden among river stones, come back and share your success story in the comments below. Because at EGSP Pro, we don't just share secrets, We create a community of successful prospectors who understand that nature's treasures are everywhere, waiting for those with the knowledge to claim them. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your knowledge growing, and may the rivers guide you to the wealth they've been hiding all along.